Hey, what's going on? This is Ricardo of the Code 7 Podcast Network, and we're about to get started with Open Mic Live. It is July 29th, 2021, and I'm back from NENA. It's been an awesome week. Before we get started, as always, a word from our sponsors.
At InDigital, we know that public safety professionals hold themselves to a high standard. In fact, standard doesn't do it justice. In over 25 years working alongside you, carrying millions of calls over our IP networks, your dedication has inspired us. That's why our ESI net goes beyond industry standards, not only I3 compliant, but designed to adapt to future development for a network you can count on when it matters most. Learn more at indigital.net.
Rapid Deploy is the CAD of the future. It's cloud-aided dispatch, not dinosaur computer-aided dispatch that looks like it was built in the 1980s. Rapid Deploy's cloud-native CAD, mapping, and analytics increase situational awareness for call takers, dispatchers, and responders. Rapid Deploy is taking public safety by storm. It's fast and easy to deploy, with implementation in days, not years. It's affordable for all agencies of all sizes. Rich in features, functionality, and data, it's also reliable and secure as we use Microsoft Azure Government Cloud. Go to rapiddeploy.com to learn more.
If Within the Trenches has ever taught you something, open your eyes to what it is like to be a 911 dispatcher, or has inspired you to become one, then help support us and join our Patreon. Get exclusive bonus content, one-of-a-kind swag, discounts on merchandise, ad-free early access to new episodes, and much more. To join, please visit patreon.com/WTT podcast. And if you're an industry partner, we have something for you as well. And now, for the show.
This is Jordan, and you're listening to the Code 7 Podcast Network.
Warning. This episode contains the 3 A's of podcasting: adult content, adult language, and awesomeness. You've been warned.
Dispatch.
There is no one over here to cook our lunch. We are waiting for our lunch, and there's no one here to cook our lunch.
All right, calm down. Where are you at?
The group home. Now, what are you going to do?
We'll get some help over there for you, okay?
Welcome to Open Mic, where we visit the lighter side of dispatch, because laughing is good medicine. What is going on, everyone? Welcome to Open Mic Live. Once again, it is Thursday, July 29th, 2021, and I am fresh back from the National NENA Conference. Literally, I left this morning, and I'm back home now, and it was an awesome week. This live broadcast is sponsored by InDigital as well as Rapid Deploy, and a big shout out, as always, to the patrons for everything. I appreciate it more than you know. On a scale of 1 to 10, how is everyone feeling? Remember, 1 being shitty, of course, and 10 being awesome. How are you feeling? You know, I'm a little tired. There's a lot of stuff that happened this week, but I would say I'm at a 10, man. Like, this has been awesome. I see everybody throwing in some numbers, a bunch of people joining in. Jeremy, what's going on? Tim, Sarah, what up, girl? Joyce, what's going on? I have a little story about Joyce here in just a moment. Julie is at a 4, Deborah at a 2. Okay, I'm hoping that we can get those numbers up. I've got some stories to share as well from the open mic yesterday. Just everything was awesome. Carla at a 7, awesome. And Marilyn, hello. So we got everybody joining in here. This is going to be fun. We got a lot of stuff to go through and a lot of stuff to talk about. Once again, hopefully some of those numbers that are a little bit lower, we can get them up there above a 6 or a 6 or higher, something like that. We'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll get that in there. But first, I want to give a big shout out to my homie Holly, who was there with us. This is Sarah's sister. Holly's a friend of the pod. It was very cool to meet you. You were awesome. We all had a very good time. And hopefully you can jump on one of these episodes with us sometime. It'll be a lot of fun. We've got episode 395 and 396 coming up. 395 was supposed to go out yesterday. There's a lot of stuff going on. So episode 395 as well as 396 are going to be going out tomorrow. And I've got 397, 398, and 399 coming up in the next couple weeks. And then an epic episode 400. We did that shit yesterday. Oh my, it was superb. And she says hi. What's up, yo? And Julie, loving the glasses. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. I'm usually wearing contacts, but I thought I'm gonna bust out these glasses. I think I wore them a couple times, maybe throughout the week. Either way, thank you. I appreciate it. I dig them too. So for patrons, DRT and Open Mic Live episodes, as always, audio bonus for all of you. It's a perk for patrons. That's going to be going to you. We're going to be headed to APCO in just a few weeks. And actually, next week, I'm going to be flying out somewhere. I'll be flying out somewhere, working on something that I actually can't talk about. I'm going to leave it at that. No one can talk about it, but you'll find out soon enough. And it's going to be awesome. Big shout out to NENA for everything, for hosting there. And in 2013, I was lucky enough to go to my first National NENA conference. It was in Charlotte, North Carolina, and a big part of that was Ron. So shout out to Ron for helping with that as well. And a lot of big things happened at that conference. And this first one back after COVID, a lot of big things happened as well this week. And I can't wait to be able to mention everything that happened there. But I'm really excited, and just stuff that I never thought would ever happen. So I'm trying to keep back some of this emotion a little bit, but a lot of good things happened, and I just thank you all for the support. All right. So again, shout out to NENA. NENA is awesome. If you haven't had a chance to check out anything that NENA does, you need to get on it. It's nena.org. And they have a lot of information on there, a lot of resources, and of course, all the conferences that they put on, all the events. It was excellent. So make sure to check it out if you haven't gone to a conference, whether it be state or the national one. It's one that you really want to go to. There's a lot that you can get out of it. Amazing speakers, the expo hall, and of course the networking. The networking is just amazing. So make sure to check them out. And thank you again, NENA, for that. Oh, interesting. I see a hi, but like under the podcast name. It must be one of the admins. Hello to one of the admins. Let's see. Sean here says, imagine listening yesterday was so much fun. Thank you again for that amazing once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. I'm so happy I got to share some of my stories for the podcast. It was awesome to have you there and talk to you and such, and just all of you for being there and sharing those stories. It was an excellent time. And Marilyn says, this week was great seeing folks at NENA. Ricardo, it was good to see you in person. It was awesome to see you as well. We saw each other like many times throughout the week, and it was always fun. And it was excellent. I want to start out with talking about the 5K before I get to some of the stories, the funny stories. But if you have any funny 911 stories that you want to post in the comments as I'm talking through this, please do so, because that's what Open Mic Live is all about. We come on here for about an hour or so to forget the bullshit out in the real world and just share some funny stories with each other, or just talk. And, usually by the end of it, our numbers have gone up, and I will check in with you here at the end as well to see where your numbers are at. So if you have any funny stories, throw them there in the comments, and I will go through them with you as well. And see, Joyce says, can only hope it's DC to deliver stories to Congress. I've been talking about that as well and saying, if you ever need me, I'm there. So that would be awesome to be able to do that as well. Before I talk about the 5K here, I want to say thank you to Joyce, because when I arrived on Saturday, man, I was out of it. I was tired. I was exhausted, and I got there and I didn't even have to answer really a lot of the questions because Joyce already knew. It was awesome. They were asking me questions and I went to answer, and Joyce is like, this, and this. I got my badge, got everything else. So shout out to you. Thank you so very much for helping me out. And when we started the 5K, though, I was good to go after that. I just needed to, get moving and everything. So I want to share a picture here really quick, just to show. This was my team here. So the podcast we sponsored, we were one of the sponsors of the 5Ks. You can see that between Russ Bassett and Trotto there. So there's myself and Vic, and then Nathan and Tanya Lee. So they were on my team. We didn't actually run it because I didn't train, man. If I would have started running, I probably would have died. Or I just would have been hurting for the next few days because I'm an old man, So it was still fun. We walked it, we had some good conversations and everything, saw a bunch of people, and it was just a good time. So again, thank you to Nina, thank you to everybody for being there. And it was awesome to be a sponsor again. I think if I'm able to, I want to try to continue doing that. And to have the podcast be a sponsor of the 5K race. So I'm really excited to continue doing that. And that was, such a good time to be there. You can check out more pictures and everything on Nina's Facebook page. They have a bunch of them there. Let's see. Jeremy says, wasn't able to make it to Nina this year, but super excited to see you all in a few weeks at APCO 2021. Yeah, exactly. You'll be there in a couple of weeks. Maybe we can do an episode and getting a booth and everything put together to have there. But yeah, I would like to know too, those in the audience, if you are headed to APCO as well, throw that in there, see who all we're going to see. So let me see here. A big shout out as well. There was a bunch of events that happened this week, and one of the events was with Carbine. Carbine had an event there, and they hosted 911 Wonder Women Inc., the nonprofit, and they had awards that they were giving out. So shout out to Lori Flaherty. She got the Goddess of 911 award. That was awesome. Very cool to be there for that moment. And then especially shout out to my homegirl Roxy for receiving the Outstanding 911 Wonder Women award. It was just a cool moment to be in there with everyone and just hearing all of these, these words of encouragement of these powerful women and what they're doing in 911, what they have done and will continue to do, and just kind of hearing from the both of them. So it was an awesome moment to be there, and I'm so happy that I was able to participate as well. And thank you to Carbine, and of course to 911 Wonder Women for just being overall amazing. Let me see here. Michael says, can't wait to see you, buddy. Yeah, dude, it's going to be awesome. We should record an episode as well. And Jeremy says, Ricardo, don't think all of these in-person conferences are coming back. Gets you off the hook with. Okay, hold on. I want to put that. I want to put that up here. Don't gets me off the hook from DTBG4, A New Hope. We'll see. We'll see what happens. That's funny, man. I like that. There was a few other things that happened there, and so I want to share this really quick. And so my good friend Don Jones was there, and he ended up getting he got a tattoo. I don't remember exactly when he got it, but I wanted to take a picture because the tattoo is of a whiskey bottle, but it's based off of my my one design, the 911 Dispatch Emergency Whiskey, and it was pretty awesome. I got to see it there, and so I want to share this really quick. Bam, there it is. Don, I love it. That thing is badass and just very, very cool. There it is right there. 911 dispatch emergency whiskey. And that is awesome. I loved it. So we got to get a picture, man. We got to get a picture. So that was really cool. Again, there was so much stuff that was going on, and I just cherish every moment of that. It was so good. Let's see. Elaine said, "Love the 9 Wonder Women and Imagine Listening breakouts. Thank you, or thanks to all of you. That yes, they were awesome." And then Roxy's in here. Hello, everyone. I just gave you a big shout out. Congratulations once again. Very, very deserving. Such an awesome person. Thank you for who you are and for what you do. Let's see here. I've got I've got all these notes and everything. I want to give one more shout out here. So I'm going to share this, and it's only a few seconds here, but let me share this really quick. So one of the cool things too was there were so many people who were there that have been in audiences, whether it be for Open Mic Live, any of the Dare to Be Great, Be the Difference, or the workshops that 9 Wonder Women are putting out, or morning announcements, or any of their live broadcasts that they've done with 9 Wonder Women in the Dispatch Lab. But there were so many that were there that people got to see Leah. So it was funny because they would say, "You're Leah. You're Leah from like Dare to Be Great and all the other stuff. The behind the scenes Leah. We finally get to see you." Well, something really cool happened as well while we were there, and I want to play this really quick. It's only about 30 seconds.
Safety service, so that lives may be saved, property protected, and civic welfare improved.
This is the NENA board of directors that are getting sworn in here. And Leah is the North Central director.
Do you solemnly swear or affirm that you will perform your duties in accordance with the bylaws of this association?
There she is.
So please say I do. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the newly installed 2021-2022 NENA Board of Directors. Congratulations.
Yeah. Woo. Well done, Leah. Congratulations once again. And I got a chance to get a quick pic here with her, and I want to share that here really quick. Bam, right there. I was able to get one of her cards right there, and I wanted to show it off. Again, congratulations, Leah. You deserve it. That's awesome. I can't wait to see everything that you end up doing there. Again, she's a North Central region director for NENA. So very awesome. Very well done. And thank you, as always, for all the help. Leah and I have known each other for 10 plus years from my dispatch days and Michigan conferences and everything else. So it's been awesome. All right. So now we're going to get into some of the funny stuff. Some of the funny stuff that happened. And so I want to show this one first. And as always, I'm just going to go ahead and play it. I'm not going to say anything else. I'm just going to go ahead and play it. So here's what happened. On day one, we were all sitting on my section, my part of the booth. So I had, my special guests. I had been teasing special guests all leading up to the conference, and my special guests were the 911 Wonder Women. And so I had one side and they had the other side. So at Navigator, we did like an opening broadcast, and we did the same thing. We did the same thing at NENA. The funny part here is that, so in front of us, I don't know if you saw some of the videos that I was doing, they had a huge stage and there were two different sides. Okay. And so two different audiences, and they had two different industry partners going up at the same time giving presentations. Now, in the beginning, we're all watching them and we're like, how can they hear them? Because you couldn't hear them talking. or anything. But then, we realized people had receivers and headsets in. Like, oh, okay. So that was really cool that they did that. They had the dueling sessions that were going on, and people were sitting there and they were listening. Well, at this time, from this video that I'm going to play you, our good friend Jameson Peavyhouse of Rapid SOS was on stage with a gentleman from XM Sirius or Sirius XM, and they were yes, Sarah, just like, we are really smart. Yeah, well, shit, dude, we didn't know. Let's see. Jennifer says, "Me too. We didn't get the earbuds as vendors right away." Yeah, we're like, is anybody going to tell them that the microphone's not on? But everyone else is sitting there just like watching them. So like, what? They must be able to hear him somehow. So so that's what it was they had headsets in already and they were listening. Well, at the time that our homie Jameson was up there and he's talking, we're getting ready to go live, but we were listening to music beforehand to get like pumped up for it. And so we're dancing, we're dancing, we're getting down, but nobody else can hear us, or nobody else can hear the music but us, because we have our headphones on. So I'm sure people were walking by and just laughing. And so I'm just going to go ahead and play it, because I think I pretty much said exactly what I ended up saying in the video. So hold on. Let me share this really quick. I almost hit play and it's not even on the screen. See, I'm smart. There it is. Okay. All right, here we go. It's only like 30 or so seconds or something.
Gonna have to take me down.
So we're listening to music right now. We're listening to Thrift Shop. Nobody else can hear us though. So people are on stage right now and probably wondering, what the fuck are we doing?
Jason. We're seizing.
Tell crows, I'm gonna pop some tags. So they got $20 in my pocket. I'm hunting, looking for a come up. This is fucking awesome. Oh my God. I had to capture that moment, man. It was such a funny moment because we were just getting down and everything, but we were at one point we were trying to see if we could make just a sliver of eye contact with Jameson. But that dude is a pro, man. You are too, dude. He is a pro. I was hoping while he was talking, because he's up there and he's talking and he's doing this, and we're over here like getting down. and I'm just like staring right at him for a few seconds there, and not once, man. Let's see. Sarah says, I asked Jameson if we distracted him, and he says, I thought that was y'all being y'all. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I can see him saying that for sure. Oh man, it was so funny then. So he must have glanced or something when we weren't paying attention, but I was staring right at him and he was just going on. He was just going on and he was doing his own thing. Michael, what's going on, dude? It was excellent to meet you. Welcome to Open Mic. Yeah. Jameson is awesome though. That dude is so much fun. So we got to do that. And we ended up doing Halcyon is on. What is up? She says he's a professional, unlike us. Hey, we were killing it, okay? Maybe not professionally, but we were doing something. Or as you said in the video, we were seizing. Yeah, we're seizing. So the other thing that we got to do yesterday was, again, there was so much stuff that happened throughout the week. There was a lot of events that were going on after the sessions that were going on as well. We ended up getting to ride on some scooters. So that was a lot of fun. And I ended up recording episode 400 yesterday. So I want to put this picture out here really quick just so that you can see the room. Well, actually, Let me do the video instead because you'll be able to see it on there. All right, here it is. And let's see. So it's a couple minutes long. So this was a lot of fun to do. Oh, what's the wrong with my face? Look at me. I'm like something happened, like something was wrong. Oh, that's horrible. Well, I'm just going to go ahead and say what I was going to say, even though I look like a monster. So back at the IFSTA conference, it was about a year or so ago now, I had a chance to do open mic live there in Illinois at the IFSTA conference to a full room for episode 300. And I wanted to do the same thing for this one. And it just happened to fall on the way I had it scheduled out, that Imagine Listening here at NENA was going to be episode 400, that open mic would be episode 400. And it was superb. It was such a good time. And to have all of you in there, I cannot tell you enough how much I appreciate you being there and being there for each other, especially during Imagine Listening and sharing some of those, harder stories. But there were a few saves that were mentioned in there as well, and they were excellent. And what I did for 300 was I went live on Facebook for the intro, and I did the same again for this one. And it was awesome to be able to do it. So I just want to play that here really quick. If you didn't get a chance to see it, I want to play it here so that you can see it. And then I'm going to play 4 stories that were shared. There are a lot of stories that were shared, okay, for open mic. One of them was so gnarly that I'm still wondering how this happened. I'm not going to play that one because it's, like I said, it is pretty gnarly. Let's see. Jennifer says, so glad I got to be there for that. I'm glad too. I'm glad I was finally able to have you in there, and a bunch of others as well. Tim, yes, it was very powerful to Imagine Listening portion of it. And then Joyce, never bring Kleenex to those. I know. Everyone is always here's the thing though, before I play this video, here's the thing. So there are a lot of times that at the end of the session, when people come up, to say hello or to talk or whichever, they end up asking, why didn't you tell us that we were going to need tissue? And I always respond with, if I had told you needed tissue, would you have stayed? Because sometimes, I remember one time actually someone coming in and saying, oh, you might need your tissues for this or something like that. Or, it's a powerful one, which is good. It is very powerful. But I remember one person saying, oh, feelings? Yeah, I'm out. and I think they did end up coming back for the last part, for the funny part. But that's why I don't tell people, hey, make sure you have your tissues, because they might not come. So it's good for them to be in there and then me explain exactly what's going to happen. There was an industry partner one time who went in to listen, and I remember he had kind of his head down during the Imagine Listening part, because there were things that he had never heard before. He didn't know this side of dispatch. And I remember my friend Jared, who was helping me out, take the microphone around. He stopped and he kind of tapped on his shoulder, and he said, don't worry. He goes, it'll get easier. At the end is more of the funny stuff. So he held on and got through the entire thing. But I remember talking to him afterwards, and all he could say was, I had no idea. Because I had no idea that you all took calls that were that harsh. I mean, I knew, 911 was just, you're taking calls and everything, and the possibility of some hard calls, but not like that. I had no idea that you all deal with it later on, and you take it with you, and it impacts you in such a way. And I remember him just saying, don't stop doing this. Keep doing this. And I've been doing it ever since. And it's been just such a good moment. And see, Roxy says, I felt like we went through a thing together. Yes, that's another thing that Imagine Listening session. That's why I always say it's hard to explain what it's like being in there. But even the virtual ones that I was doing, it still had that feeling. But of course, in person, it's a lot different. And you're able to see each other, and everyone is just there in support, and it's so good. So again, thank you all so very much for that. And so I want to play this here really quick. All right. We are currently live right now at the 2021 NENA conference, and we're here for Imagine Listening. We're about to start open mic, and I'm going to do the intro here.
This is Jordan, and you're listening to the Code 7 Podcast Network.
Warning. This episode contains the 3 A's of podcasting.
Dropping the bass.
Adult content, adult language, and awesomeness. You've been warned.
There is no one over here to cook our lunch.
Got to get that stank face.
We are waiting for our lunch.
That hot Vegas baloney.
Welcome to
Yeah, Don, I'll get you that right up.
the lighter side of dispatch. Because laughing is good medicine.
I love that intro, and a friend of mine who hooked me up with that I was able to make the intro is sitting right in back. Thank you very much for that, because that is an excellent intro there. Yeah, hey, let's hear it. You can hear that as well, yes. So, I know, right? Yes. So we are about to get started here with Open Mic Live. Welcome. My name is Ricardo Martinez with the Code 7 Podcast Network. And this is going to be Within the Trenches podcast, but this is going to be Open Mic Live. We just finished doing Imagine Listening. We shared some powerful stories, but now we are going to share the lighter side of dispatch, the funny shit that you hear about on late night television, radio, whichever. These are the stories that we're going to be talking about. And for those who are watching here live right now, I have a live audience with me. Let's hear it. And this is an epic episode 400. So we're about to get started. This is going to be amazing. And I wish you could all be here with us, but we're about to get started. Have a good one. So there it is, just a little tease for all those who are watching at that time. It was so cool to have everybody in there. It was a full room, and just everybody clapping and cheering there in the beginning. Just such a cool moment to record episode 400. What? For real? 400. Back when I started this, man, I had no idea that it would go this far. And I can't thank you enough for the support. And yes, everybody, the couple in here are saying, love that we met the intro guy. Yes, that dude is awesome. He was in there, and like he said, you could hear him in the background a little bit. You can't make that shit up. I talked to him about that earlier, and it was just so funny. I was like, I'm gonna end up playing the intro. He's like, I love it. Oh man, shout out to you, homie. Thank you so much for that. And I love that I was able to get a bunch of different recordings from you, and that I was able to turn that one into the intro of this show. It was just. Yes, it was good. Oh, Tim here says Ricardo got his steps in during it too. I did. That was a big ass room. Thank you again to NENA for that. That was a huge room, and I did definitely get my steps in. At the end of that, my watch ended up, doing its thing, saying congratulations. I'm like, thanks, watch, for letting me know that I did a good job. But it was a good time. I want to play this first one, and wait, what? Don says, I can get you the sex one from a few weeks ago if you want. What? Okay, you have to tell me what that one was again. Oh, no. All right. So we're going to go with this first one. I was trying to remember what they all were. I've got 4 of them that I want to play here. So here we go.
Okay, so this guy calls in and says his girlfriend is not breathing. So, we go through the steps. We're giving him CPR instructions. You can hear him.
Okay, so I got to stop this here really quick because there are some times, during Open Mic Live when stories are being told that you sometimes think, wait, are we should we laugh at this? Because when people are sharing stories, like especially here, on Open Mic, when we're sharing stories and I'm reading them, it's never about the people who are involved. It's just the situation. It's the situation alone that we're joking about because, well, like Jared said, you can't make this shit up. This is 911. Anything can happen in 911, and some of the stuff that happens in 911, you would never think or imagine that something like this could happen, but it happens. So let me start this again, because you're probably listening to this and thinking, this guy, why is he playing this? Okay, here we go.
Okay, so this guy calls in and says his girlfriend is not breathing. So, we go through the steps. We're giving him CPR instructions. You can hear him working the girlfriend, doing his CPR. Ambulance gets there. She is a 2x4. He is completely strung out on something, and he is literally giving CPR to a 2x4. Yeah.
Okay. Can we talk about this for a moment? Have any of you had a call like this? It's CPR, okay? The guy's giving CPR on his girlfriend, but the girlfriend turns out to be Shannon right here. The girlfriend turns out to be a 2x4. So, and like the person is saying who's sharing the story, the person is obviously strung out on something, right? So that's why I ask: have any of you taken one close to that?
She is a 2x4. She is a 2x4.
I could make an intro out of that. She is a 2x4. It's a 2x4. Oh, damn. I'm sorry. I'm in a dorky mood today. Oh, look at that. Hi-oh. Sarah says he was scared stiff. And it was wood that he was working on. Oh, no. Oh, wow. Wow. I don't know what else to say. Hopefully my mom's not in the audience. She's gonna watch. It's gonna happen. She's gonna pop up and she's gonna say hola. Joy says, was waiting for it to be a doll. Jennifer says, I have had CPR on a doll. Really? Tim says, I had a caller doing CPR on a bag of flour. See, again, you can't make this stuff up. Like, what? This would be a moment where someone can like do a screenshot and then just put a bubble up by me that says what? Oh man, I'm laughing so much and my eye is watering enough that it's starting to sting. Let's see. Deborah says one of my coworkers gave CPR for a baby. Oh, kitten. It was the baby was a cat. Oh, geez. Michael says, oh, we can do a song. Yeah, dude. Jennifer says, yes. 7 minutes later, it was her baby doll when units arrived. Dude, see? So, and that's the thing, right? Jennifer says, bag of flour beats a baby doll, though. Hank says they should have car classes at Home Depot. One of my coworkers was giving CPR instructions, and she said, "What?" Oh, it was CPR. Oh, okay. They should have CPR classes at Home Depot. Okay. I saw this said car. I was like, what car classes? I don't know. Okay, hold on. Let me read this one again. One of my coworkers was giving CPR instructions, and she said, "Do me now and tell me when you're done." Okay. I have to ask, Carla. This was said out loud, and everyone in the room heard. So of course, all of you are probably like, "Wait, what? What did you say?" And if that did happen, did you play the playback? Oh man. Oh, it was dead silence. No pun intended. What? Sean says we'll save all the 2x4s. Oh man. That is crazy. Again, it is just Vic, what is going on, my man? Carla says we played it back for months. Do you still have it? Can I FOIA it? That would be a funny one to play. Oh man. Again, this is what happens in 911 sometimes. And when you're answering a call, you know, you're always you're professional, right? All the time in the beginning, because you never know what is going to end up happening. You know, it could sound ridiculous or something, but it could be, you know, fully real once you're getting into it. But you always got to have that, you know, the professionalism going into it, no matter what. And you know, like Jennifer was saying up there, it ended up being what it was. Or oh, the bag of flour one, that as well. Still in the conference circuit. Yeah. Let's see. Shannon says, I took a call from a local nursing home for breathing problems. At the very end of the call, the nurse said, "Oh, yeah, we have CPR in progress." I mean, yeah, I guess they were having... Right. Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly. Edward here says, the best instruction I ever gave was when the woman saving her husband was spot on. Listened perfectly, no freak out, counted with me through compressions. I was so excited. That when the bus called, is that from? I mean, those are the best calls too, right? When you have someone who's actually, when the bus called from the hospital, I asked if we had a saved. No, dude, sorry. She was sitting at the kitchen table smoking. Her husband was in the garage. Wait a minute, what? So it ended up being nothing? Like, all right. This is crazy. Hold on. I'm looking back up here in the comments to see if there's anything that I missed. She faked all the CPR. What? She faked all the CPR. Oh, man. See? This is the stuff that happens sometimes. Okay. Here comes the next one.
So we have one that on any given day, she can call 30, 40 times, and she just rambles. There's no stopping her.
Whoa. Hold on a minute. Let me look back at the comments. Oh, no. Dude. See, that's messed up right there. See, that would be... yeah, that would suck to be doing all of that, and then that ended up being what it was. That sucks.
So we have one that on any given day, she can call 30, 40 times, and she just rambles. There's no stopping her. She gets going, and you just, okay. She talks about the people on the Heron and everything under the sun. But we actually had a quote of hers up on our board because we don't even know where it came from. But her quote, and my partner's me, I'm going to imitate her voice because it's signature. She says,
okay, now listen for the quote. I had to listen to it twice.
You don't know nothing about them Big Bird unless Mary Poppins pops him.
Let me play that again.
You don't know nothing about them Big Bird unless Mary Poppins pops him. And she hung up.
Yes, that was the quote. I'll play it one more time.
You don't know nothing about them Big Bird unless Mary Poppins pops him. And she hung up.
Oh man. Like this is why I love open mic, and also doing open mic with a live audience too at conferences, because there's so many stories that end up coming out and everyone's just cracking up. And of course, this is immediately after Imagine Listening. The first 30 minutes of Imagine Listening there are all I Am 911 stories, powerful, hard-hitting stories, some of them saves, but still all around powerful stories that are being shared, and they're emotionally intense. You know, we're all in there looking around the room. You see people who are crying, those that are sharing the stories, some of them are crying as well, but it's a good thing because we're in there together as we're sharing these stories, some stories that have been held onto for such a long time, and finally they're in a room with people who know where they come from and how they're feeling, and it's just such a good moment to be there in support, to gain some sort of closure and healing together. And then by the time we're done with the session, people are ready to laugh, which is why I always ask right before, who's ready to laugh? And you hear everyone go, yes, please, let's do it. And then we start sharing these stories, and it's just, it was really good. So here's the next one. Oh, hold on a minute. What? Ours does stupid crap like that too. Only the last time she got arrested for harassment against us. So she was arrested right up the street from dispatch. We still think she was coming to try to kill us. Oh no. Oh, that is crazy. So there was a person who would call all the time, and one of the nights that I got him, he'd been calling over and over, and he kept telling me that some government official or something, that something bad was going to happen to them. And we were looking into this guy and stuff, and he just had a lot of just like issues and stuff that he was dealing with. Well, the very last call that he made, he gave me a phone number, and he goes, you need to let them know that this is going to happen. And he ended up hanging up, and I'm sitting there, and I remember yelling over to my supervisor, and I said, you know what, I'm going to call this phone number. And she goes, it probably just goes back to him. And I said, I don't know, man. I'm gonna look it up. And I ended up just calling, and I called, and as I was looking it up, the phone picks up right away, and I hear White House switchboard. I'm sorry, what did you say? And she goes, White House switchboard. Who's speaking? And I'm just sitting there like, hell no. What? So I said who I was, and that someone kept calling and telling me this stuff, and they said, oh, was it so-and-so? And I said, yeah. And they go, oh yeah, he's harmless, we already checked him out. And I just sat there for a moment, and I said, oh, okay, thanks. And that was it. But I thought, holy hell, man, like they were on. They knew, they had all of his information and everything. And I was like, all right, well, have a good night, I guess. Thank you. And that was it. The dude didn't call again. I believe he ended up calling a few days later, and they finally found where he was at and stuff, and they ended up taking him in to get help and everything. But that one call because I was in the middle of looking it up, but they had picked up the phone so fast, and then they said that I just kind of froze, and I just sat there for a minute. I was like, hell no! Like, is this real life? Is this really happening right now? And sure enough, it was. See, Michael says, dude, I had something similar, but got the Pentagon War Room. No joke. Oh shit. Yeah. See. Oh geez. That's crazy. Okay, here's another one. I think I got this one and just one more. Yeah. Okay, here we go.
It's early in my career and I wanted to get a save. So I answered 911 and I was dispatching for medical that day. And this woman is frantic, and I'll age myself. It was really before cell phones came out. So she was on a cordless phone, and all I could pick up from her was, he's not breathing. He's not breathing. All right. Apparently what out in the backyard. So I dispatch a squad. I'm excited. I'm trying to, ma'am, I need you to listen to me. I need you to check for breathing. I need you to start CPR. And she is cutting in and out. And she goes, wait a minute, you want me to what? Ma'am, I can help you save him. I need you to focus. Bring it in. I need you to get down, put phone on speaker, and we're going to start with rescue breaths, and then we're going to go to chest compressions. And she stopped and she said, on a raccoon?
So if you didn't catch it, the call that's coming in, the phone was cutting out, so she couldn't really hear what she was saying, and so she's telling him that they're going to do CPR and everything, and then, you know, like she says right there, the lady's like on a raccoon. Oh man, yeah, that one was funny as well. See, Jennifer says, I loved when she said, bring it in. We have all thought that. Yeah, exactly. And Sarah, don't beat a dead raccoon. Yes. Oh man, yeah, that one was funny as well. It reminds me, and I know I've played it before, but it reminds me of the call that someone had shared. Excuse me, at Wisconsin, when I was doing their closing. I did my closing session, but I imagine listening was in there as well, and someone had shared a story where a guy had called in and was, you know, real frantic and everything, and he was saying, you know, my friend's not breathing, and, you know, the dispatcher's like, oh shit, you know, we've got a CPR that we're going to do here, so they're getting everybody out and headed that way. So starts helping with CPR, and then the caller ends up saying, you know, my baby's not breathing. So the dispatcher ends up saying, oh shit, you know, it's actually a baby. So they continue on doing everything, and they're just going and they're going, and the dispatcher's talking, you know, about being able to hear him saying, come on, you know, and an officer gets out there first before EMS, because they were closer, and they end up telling dispatch to like slow everyone down, and the call taker is saying, why would, you know, in their head we're saying, why the hell would you do that? Like, why are you going to slow everybody down? There's a baby who's not breathing, we're doing CPR. And then the officer comes back over the line, or the line over the radio, and says, Central, it's an iguana. It was an iguana. It wasn't it wasn't a baby after all. It was not a human being. But to the caller, that was their friend, that was their baby, was this iguana. And the iguana was not breathing, and they'd been giving CPR instructions to him on the iguana the whole time. So it reminds me of that, where they're about to do CPR, but the caller's like, on a raccoon for real. Let's see. Julie here says, when I worked for a place in Alabama, there was a guy who called the 7-digit line saying he was flying from Canada to Guantanamo. For real? What else did they say? What do you do? You're like, all right. Oh man. Okay, so here's the last one. But again, if you have any 911 calls that you want to put in the comments here as we're getting towards the end of this episode, please put them in there. But I'm going to play this here right now.
Been to our state. He was from California. Sorry, everybody from California. And he was arrested for DUI during the night. I came in day shift, and his son called from California, and he said, Dad's in jail. What's his bond? And I said, well, just a moment. I'll put you on hold, and I'll go check the bond. Come back onto the phone, and he's screaming at me, you guys in Montana are sick. You guys are just sick. I don't know why you think you can do that. You guys are sick. So I'm sorry. What? Well, while he was on hold, he was listening to the local country station, and the song on was You're in the Jailhouse Now.
Do any of you have hold music? Oh man, because that is funny right there. That they're on hold, and that is the that's the music that was playing. Oh man, such a good time there for Open Mic Live. Everyone sharing all of those stories, and that episode is going to be coming out in a few weeks. Let's see. Hold on a minute here. Let me jump back in here into the comments. Was going to a parachute out on the beach when his plane ran out of gas. Call taker, no shit, said, but what about Goose? Goose died in Top Gun. Oh man. That's funny right there too. What did the person say back? Like, did they say anything, or did they just hang up? Let's see. They're talking about the story. The person who was telling the story, she had so many funny stories. No, otherwise it would be bad for us. Let's see. They should update her questions to add, is your baby a human, pet, 2x4, or a sack of flour? Yes. That was good, Natalie. Thank you for that. I'm gonna put that right on the screen because that is awesome right there. So when talking about the instructions, when we're asking about is your baby a human, pet, 2x4, or a sack of flour? God. Oh man. Oh, that is so good. Oh, my eyes are burning now for sure. I'm just laughing so much. Dawn says, I'm out, y'all. Exhausted. Have a good night. Have a good night. And let's see. Sean says, sent the selfie we took together to the page for your NENA 2021 memories. Awesome. Thank you. Okay. So for those who are watching, thank you, Sean, for that. If we took a selfie while we were out there this week, please send them to me to the inbox, or you can email them to the podcast as well, and I'll throw that email up here in just a moment. But that was just a taste of what episode 400 has. There are so many more stories on there. There's one that I was talking about in the beginning that I'm not sure that I'm going to be able to share because it's pretty gnarly. It has to do with a skewer. It has to do with a skewer. I don't want to say anything else. If anyone in the audience right now, you were there and you know what that one was about, and oh my Lord, that one, when they were telling the story, all I could think was, And Deborah says so many options for a skewer. Oh, Sean says, I remember that story. That was such a holy shit story. Roxy says, I couldn't even wrap my mind around that. Right? I can't either. Like, why? Why would someone do that? Karen, she says, your Nina board says, hey, what up? Big shout out to Nina. Again, thank you so very much. It was an amazing week. Hold on, let me go back up here. Okay, so let's see. We got a story here that says, I had an older call taker male take a call. I'm the supervisor. All I hear him say is, what? Then, okay, we are on the way. It was a medical, no instructions. And I went back and listened to why he didn't give instructions. And the female was screaming about having a... Something was stuck inside her. Oh my God. Oh, dude. To quote Jared again, you can't make this shit up. Oh no. Okay, hold on. She says, going through. So I had to go over to him and say, you have to do EMD. Excuse me. And he looks at me and says, no. I laughed and just decided to let it go and hope. Right? I can only imagine that everything came out okay. It was a bumpy road, but it came out okay. Oh man. And that's our time, folks. Thank you so much. Oh geez, I just friggin' spit. Oh, that is horrible. Leah, what is going on? I gave you a huge shout out in the beginning and played your video and stuff. Congratulations once again, Leah, on being sworn in as the North Central Region Director. And Tim says, mic drop. Yes. Yep, that's how we end it. Good God, man. Oh, geez. This was an excellent open mic. So before we end up, oh wait, Sarah says, give me those good vibrations. Oh man. That is so wow. That was crazy. See, this was just as fun, man. And we do this every Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern time on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. And for everyone who is in here, what is your number now? We started out with a bunch of numbers. What is your number now? I am beyond a 12. Like, I'm way up there. This has been so much fun. And hold on a minute. Let's see. Carla says, if she was pregnant, the kid could end up with a stutter. Oh no. Oh man. Oh wow. That was awesome. All right, everyone's numbers are coming in here. Some of the lower numbers went up a few, so that is good. Thank you all so very much for joining us tonight for Open Mic Live. And again, I cannot wait to share with all of you some of the stuff that's going to be going on here pretty soon. And I just can't thank you enough for the support and for being on and for sharing stories and just having a laugh with me for this hour or so. Shout out once again to my new homie, Holly, friend of the pod. And I can't wait for us to hang out again. That was a lot of fun. This live broadcast was sponsored by InDigital as well as Rapid Deploy. And if you have any comments, questions, or you want to be a guest on the show, you can email us. Oh, and any selfies or anything that we took together this week, send them to the inbox for on the podcast for Facebook podcast page or right here. Why am I pointing over there? Right over there. Sorry, I'm laughing too much. I'm not paying attention. WTTpodcast@gmail.com. Once again, it's WTTpodcast@gmail.com. And if you're looking for any bonus content, you can check us out and support us on patreon.com/WTT podcast. Audio versions of this episode and all of the Dispatchers Roundtable episodes are going to be going up to patrons only. That's a perk that they end up getting. So make sure to check that out. Once again, sponsored by InDigital as well as Rapid Deploy. And it's just so good to be here with all of you. It's a lot of fun. And good to see all of you this week. And if you're headed to the APCO conference, I will see you there as well in just a few weeks. It is going to be an excellent time. So I will see you all out there. And I didn't see my mom in the comments here, so maybe that was a good thing. Or actually, I'll probably get a text message afterwards saying, "Good job." Oh man, love you, Mom. And I love you all. It's been such a good time. I will see you in the next one. So next week, Thursday, 9 a.m. What? See, I don't even know where I'm at. 9 p.m. Eastern time. Have a good one, everyone. We'll see you in the next one. And there are several episodes that are coming up. So make sure to look for that. And a lot of pictures and such that are going to be coming up as well that ended up taking out there. And also some of the live broadcasts and episodes that we took from over there as well. And that's it. Have a good one. Have a good night. And again, see you in the next one. Cheers.